Hi, everyone. It's Miss O. Today, we're going to talk about the two chambers of Congress. Congress is our legislative branch. Our legislative branch makes and passes laws at the federal level. So let's begin. Because it's two parts, we consider our Congress to be bicameral legislature. And that is because bi means two. Now, if we only had one part of Congress, we would call it a unicameral legislature, which we did have during our first Constitution, which was the Articles of Confederation. But those didn't work. We got rid of those, and we have the Constitution we have today, which has two parts of Congress, the Senate and the House of Representatives. So you might be asking, why two chambers of Congress? And that's because I know this is hard to take in, but believe it, the states did not agree when we were writing the Constitution that we have today. So states didn't agree then, and they don't agree now on certain things. And this was one of the big issues, was how states would be represented in Congress. And the biggest concern was that small states would be overlooked, and that large states who had a larger population would have more representation than they did, and that just wouldn't be fair. So small states favored a New Jersey plan, which said that every state would have equal representation no matter the size. And they also wanted that unicameral legislature. Now, the Virginia plan, which favored large states, wanted representation to be based on population size. So the larger number of citizens or people you have living in that state, you get more representation. And both could not agree. They finally come up with a compromise. It's referred to as the Great Compromise, also the Connecticut Plan. In one part, the Senate sides with the New Jersey plan, and that every state will have the same amount of senators. Now, the House of Representatives goes with the Virginia plan, where representatives in the House of Representatives is based on population size. So let's go over both chambers of Congress. You have the Senate. The Senate has 100 members because they have 2 senators per state, 50 states, 50 times 2, 100. You have to be at least 30 years old to serve as a senator. You need to be an American citizen for at least 9 years. You must be a resident of the state that's electing you as a senator. So if you want to be a New York senator, you need to live in New York, not in Florida. You're going to make $174,000 per year plus benefits, but those senators seem to be a lot richer than $174,000 a year. And the reason could be that their term length is 6 years. So when you get elected as a senator, you're in that office for 6 years and you can be reelected. So some of those senators have been in there a lifetime. Now, the House of Representatives. The House of Representatives has 435 members, and this is based on population size. So California is going to have more representatives in the House of Representatives than, let's say, Delaware, and that's because their population is much bigger than Delaware. To serve in the House of Representatives, you must be 25 years old. You have to be a citizen for at least 7 years, and you must reside in the state that's electing you as the representative, and you get paid the same as a senator, but this time you only serve for 2 years. So it's much less. As soon as you get elected into the House of Representatives, you're running for re-election. So it's very competitive. Now, there are exclusive powers depending on the chamber of Congress. So the House of Representatives, their exclusive powers include to introduce bills to raise government revenue. So we say that they have like the power of the purse because they can collect taxes and deal with money. Now, they also have the power to impeach, which is bring charges against. I think a lot of people get confused with impeachment. Impeachment just means to bring charges against a government official for wrongdoings. So it's not finding them guilty. That's not the House's responsibility. Their responsibility is just to determine if we want to bring charges against someone for doing something wrong. Also, the House can elect a president if there's no majority when we do the Electoral College. This hasn't happened. There was talk about it on the news, I think, during one of the Trump's elections, but it never did come to be. Senate has exclusive powers of approval. They approve everything the president does. That's why you really do want a Senate who is not just yes men and women, because you want them to be able to stand up for what they believe in and what their constituents believe in. But they do approve the president's nominations. They approve federal judges. They approve cabinet members. They approve treaties, and so on. They also are the ones who try government officials who've been accused of a crime, so who've been impeached. The House impeaches them, and the Senate will have a trial and determine if they're guilty or not. If they are guilty, they will be taken out of office. If they're not, they stay in office. So Senate is the one who has the trial. I hope this helps and clarifies the two chambers of Congress.